Leisure Pro presents its fresh new website. We have made it easier to shop for the products you want with our all-new product categories and navigation. Shop our weekly specials on our totally revamped product pages. Chat with our experts and read product reviews to make sure the product you want is the product you're looking for. The only thing that hasn't changed is our outstanding customer service. So shop the all-new LeisurePro.com with the best price match guarantee and get the products you want fast.
Born in Maine, created by Alan Pugsley, world-class craft brewer. Sea Dog, now sailing in Florida. And available in cans. Sea Dog is award-winning. A perfect fit for our Florida lifestyle. Visit our brew houses in Clearwater and Orlando.
We all know how important it is to have proper lighting on any dive or snorkel adventure. Lack of light can make images appear green and blue. Sure, you can add filters, you can attempt to edit later, but the best thing you can do for your images is add a powerful light. Sea Life makes the most popular underwater camera systems in the world. Recently, Sea Life introduced their powerful new Sea Dragon lights, designed for compact POV cameras like GoPro. Hey scuba divers, go to your favorite dealer and ask for the Sea Dragon lighting by Sea Life.
ScubaNation apparel.
Bye, Uzi!
Available at ScubaNation.com. This edition of ScubaNation is brought to you by Sea Dog and Shipyard Ales, the official beer of ScubaNation. The Florida Keys and Key West, come as you are. Sea Life underwater cameras. Maris, the official equipment provider for ScubaNation.
This time on ScubaNation.
The boys go diving with Mel Fisher Treasures and hit Emerald City. It's the richest find of emeralds since the discovery of the mother lode on the Atochas since 1985. We'll also take a look at the conservation lab and party down at Mel Fisher Days in Key West. So it's time to follow the yellow brick road to Emerald City, this time on ScubaNation.
Today's the day.
Who is ScubaNation? Billy C., Boston born and raised.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Hey, Billy C. would dive a puddle if it was deep enough.
Bitch and Mitch, Southern boy.
Diving's like pizza. When it's good, it's great, and when it's bad, it's still good.
Two ordinary guys with a thirst for getting wet and exploring all things scuba. We are ScubaNation. One nation underwater.
Presented by Leisure Pro.
What's up, ScubaNation? I'm Mitch.
I'm Billy C.
You know what? In 1985, Mel Fisher discovered the mother lode on the Spanish galleon, the Atocha, just off the shores of Key West. Now, Billy and I, we've dove both the Atocha and her sister ship, the Margarita. But on today's show, we're going to take you to a very special dive site known as Emerald City.
Emerald City is a special place for Mel Fisher Treasures. Again, discovered in 1985, this site has yielded over 13,000 carats of emeralds from Muzo, Colombia. So that's a lot of loot, my man.
Boy, you can feed a lot of horses with that. So we're following the yellow brick road to Emerald City, this time on ScubaNation. The ride out to the Atocha site where Emerald City is about 45 minutes out of Key West. We talked to Kim Fisher, Mel Fisher's son, about the origins of this amazing find.
Well, when we found the main pile in 1985, we were, just digging away, getting all this huge, we had like a reef of silver and gold. We weren't really looking for emeralds. And we hit this pocket of emeralds and just scattered them all over the place. We nicknamed it Emerald City because whenever we go out there, we find emeralds.
Well, then a while after that, the first discoveries of the rough emeralds, two divers, Vince Trotta and Pedro, were in the water working off of the JB Magruder, and they were airlifting an area. And Vince tells me the story that he's airlifting, and he says, you know how you hear the rocks and the sand inside the airlift tube, which was aluminum? He said all of a sudden it had this different sound to it, of a tingling of something hitting the inside of the airlift tube. And he looks up and he sees emeralds pouring down out of the tube. And that's the day it rained emeralds on the Atocha site. And I forget the amount of emeralds they found, but it filled up one of those large planter peanut glass jars. I think it was over 2,000 emeralds that they recovered that from the day it rained emeralds on the Atocha site. There's so many emeralds still to find. 20 more pounds of emeralds? That's a fortune. That's what we're looking for.
It's time for emeralds.
Arr, arr.
The way we do it now is we're dredging. Dredging is when you bring material from the bottom of the ocean up on a barge or something like that. So we have one diver in the water with a dredge that's connected to a box on the magruder here, and a sluice box system of water running through different screens, bringing with it the sand and the shells that are being dredged up. And we are sifting through the sand for the emeralds, as opposed to diving and doing excavation underwater. We're getting a more thorough job done and finding them that way. And so that's the way we're doing it now. Finding an emerald up here on the tray is just as exciting as finding it underwater.
Oh, I found one! Show the camera!
It's from the Atocha. It's an artifact and it's history, and it's still exciting no matter where you find it. I enjoy the rush I see people going through. I know that feeling, and I enjoy seeing other people's first time of finding some piece of history. It's pretty cool.
Every find is well documented and cataloged. During the filming of the show, we were interrupted several times with people finding new emeralds, not seeing the light of day for over 400 years.
Ways to... sounds like they just found an emerald on the back deck right now. I can hear some screaming going on. I just heard the screaming, and the siren we have underwater goes off. Let the diver know we just got an emerald, so he knows where he's working. So we just make sure we dig that area up real good.
We know there's at least 70 pounds out there, and we found 6 so far, so there's at least 64 more pounds of emeralds.
And they found an emerald! Oh, we just found an emerald. Look, look. You find one?
Yeah!
Oh, man. Who found it? Yeah, all right, finally somebody here.
That's a good color. What do you want me to do with it?
Awesome.
We'll drop it. Pretty one.
How did that feel?
Thrilling.
I'm assuming this is not a green Tootsie Roll?
That is not a green Tootsie Roll. That, in fact, is an emerald from the Atocha.
Well, it kind of looks like a crayon, too. Can I do a little sidewalk?
Be careful with that one. We need to keep one emerald instead of 2.
Wow, look at it. What are we looking at?
This is actually one of the highest quality emeralds ever found on the Atocha. It is a 1AA, and emeralds actually grow in a hexagon shape, and this one is still in the shape. This little emerald is valued at $649,000.
Okay, guys, I'll see you later.
So, you guys found that on the Atocha where Billy and I scored our bling, our pieces of out here. So,
I'm going to keep this one.
It's an incredible, amazing story that keeps on going, guys. Get on down here to Mel Fisher's Treasures. Gotta
find some emeralds. Today's the day.
Today's the day.
Today's the day. More diving on Emerald City coming your way.
This may just be the most curious place on Earth. Discover Curacao, an island in the southern Caribbean that offers explorers a Dutch Caribbean history, captivating cultures, uncrowded beaches, spectacular diving, and so much more. This is Curacao.
Hey everybody, this is Mitch. Make sure to join ScubaNation at the Bugfest by the Sea Dive Festival, July 27th through August 2nd in Lauderdale by the Sea, Florida. The Great Florida Bug Hunting Contest with $15,000 in cash and dive gear prizes. Lobster Mini Seasons Kickoff Party with a Scuba Radio Mermaid. Something for the entire family. So we'll see you at Bugfest at Lauderdale by the Sea, sponsored by Reef Safe, the official sun care products of Bugfest 2014. This summer, experience the UNEXO and the Dolphin Experience, located in beautiful Grand Bahama, which is a quick trip by either plane or ferry from South Florida. UNEXO at Grand Lacayan offers the ultimate vacation for families with something for everyone. Snorkel our beautiful reefs, get wet with the dolphins by being a dolphin training for a day to the unforgettable open water dolphin diving. The experienced diver will be exhilarated by our UNEXO pioneered shark dives. UNEXO, along with Grand Lacayan Resort, is the place for a lifetime of vacation memories for the whole family.
Dive the Atocha with Mel Fisher's expedition in Key West. Be a treasure hunter and dive the active wreck site of the richest Spanish galleon ever discovered. Mel Fisher and his crew discovered the mother lode in 1985. Today, the search continues for the remaining hundreds of millions of dollars in cargo. The Fisher family now invites you to learn proper salvage techniques from the world's greatest treasure hunters. Join us for the adventure of a lifetime. Today's the day.
This edition of ScubaNation is brought to you by Sundowners, Sunset Sandwiches, Steak and Seafood. Light in Motion, find the perfect light for any activity. UNEXO, dive with the best in Freeport, Grand Bahama.
ScubaNation, we're here with Dan Norris, CEO of Reef Safe Sun Care Products. Today's conservation tip is things that shouldn't be on your body when you're in the ocean, right?
Exactly. The fish don't really care what you look like.
Nope.
So don't use excessive hairsprays, body moisturizers, lipstick, makeup, because it's just going to come off in the ocean.
And once it comes off you, it acts as pollutant.
Exactly. And it's probably not biodegradable. It's probably not non-toxic to the fish. Hairsprays don't biodegrade. Zinc doesn't biodegrade. Zinc will never ever biodegrade, and it's highly toxic to all aquatic environments.
ScubaNation, this conservation tip is brought to you by the new Reef Safe spray. Tell me a little bit about this.
Well, interestingly enough, we have created a sprayer that now sprays upside down.
You gotta love that. That's
so,
like the back of the neck, the back of your legs.
Back of everything, so you don't need a helper anymore. But, you know, we also have lotions if you do want a helper.
Yeah, that's it. So, hey, go to our website, ScubaNation.com, go to TropicalSeas.com to find out more information about these great products.
We're diving Emerald City with Mel Fisher Treasures. They base their operations out of Key West, Florida, while Mel Fisher Treasures is an integral part of the Key West community.
This truly is an archaeological site, and it's treated as such, so conservation plays a major role. Without conservation, a lot of these artifacts will corrode and rot and rust away, and they'll be gone. Also, without conservation and documentation, you don't have a provenience. You know, you can't show where it was found and document exactly where it was found and that it's from the Atocha. So that's very, very important.
In the heart of Old Key West, the Mel Fisher Treasure Museum is open for all to enjoy the story of this miraculous find. Also in the building is where they restore all of the treasure that is found on the recovery sites.
Hey guys, now we're going to take you to the conservation lab. This is where we take the treasure and the artifacts and make them shiny and bring them back to life and make them beautiful. And this is the man that's in charge of doing that. John, tell me, when the treasure comes in or the artifacts come into your lab, what do you do first?
Well, the first thing I do is we have to check everything in. Every artifact that comes in, it has to go on a log sheet. The captain of the boat has to sign it. Then when they bring it in here, of course, everything has to be accounted for. So the captain of the boat will call out a number, and we'll go through every artifact one by one and check them off, make sure everything's accounted for. And immediately, everything is back in water. You know, with artifacts from the salt water, you immediately have to keep them wet, or fresh water also. So we put them in water, and then it's almost like a hospital, like triage. I start going through all the artifacts and I say, okay, which ones do I need to get on immediately? Which ones do I need to put in certain chemical solutions? But you don't just always store them in water. Sometimes you store them in chemical solutions. So it really is like triage. You're going through and you're looking at examining every artifact and saying, I want to start on this one, I want to start on this one. These can wait, I'll put these aside. Then the next step is I have to photograph every artifact. Everyone has to be photographed, everyone has to be weighed, because all of our artifacts go into a database. We have one of the best databases in the world, especially considering we're treasure hunters. But we have an outstanding database. I mean, we'll find a piece of pottery, you know, as big as a thumbnail, and we bring it in, we photograph it, we weigh it. Every step of the way, as I do conservation, it's all logged into the database, and anybody can go online and see this.
Wow, amazing.
So that's the beginning. Then, if the right photograph is, sometimes if it's a really unique piece, I'll go to the hospital and get CAT scans done. I just did a dagger recently, and I brought that to the hospital, and you get a CAT scan done, and how do you want to adjust this? And they even ask you for the age of the artifact, or the age of the patient. And I'll say, well, 400 years. You know,
You're like a doctor.
Well, sort of. I don't get paid like a doctor.
Doctor of history.
Not even close. But it goes into our tanks. If it's iron, it goes into electrolytic reduction.
Right.
And we'll eventually get to that, and I'll explain how different types of artifacts, different types of iron have to stay in for different periods of time based on size and things like that and condition.
The bling that Billy C. and I found on our last trip to the Atocha site was processed here. Look how they shine now.
This gold, I love getting gold because gold's easy.
Gold's easy.
Gold, it's easy and it makes me look good. You know, within an hour, usually I'm done with the gold, and everybody's saying, "Oh my God, you did a great job," and I'm like, "Come on, didn't really do anything."
John, how long did it take you to conserve this piece?
This piece took me a long time. This piece, because there's so many different metals and so many different pieces to it, it took me a year total. Depends on if it's regular pottery like this or if it's glazed pottery. This type of pottery you can put right in fresh water.
Okay.
And what you have is when you put that in fresh water, it creates something called osmotic pressure.
Hey, John, English.
One syllable.
Let's
I love the shell because otherwise
gotta let you know where it came from.
Well, otherwise it looks like you went to the pottery barn and just smashed some pottery.
Did this get on my head through osmotic reduction?
No.
John, fascinating stuff. Thanks so much, buddy.
No problem.
John, the best, man. I learned a lot today. I learned that too.
Awesome. We hit the Atocha site again. Coming up next. Accommodations for ScubaNation was provided by the Banyan Tree Resort, minutes off Duval in the heart of Key West. When you're in Key West, stay at the Banyan Tree. Join us for ScubaNation's Amore Weekend Extravaganza, August 21st through the 24th at Amore Dive Resort in Key Largo. Stay with Billy C. and Mitch at Amy Slate's Amore Dive Resort and be a part of a ScubaNation episode. It's a weekend full of fun, diving, and seminars from Ladd Atkins and Ken Niedermeyer. Contact Amore Dive Resort and book today. Sail on in to Sea Dog Brewing Company, Clearwater, and enjoy some real people, some real beer, and a lot of fun. Come by and enjoy happy hour, 3 to 7 p.m. Sunday through Friday. Take a tour of our brewery to see just how innovative craft beer is. The Dog offers fun for families, food critics, and quality beer drinkers. Real people, real beer, real fun.
The Florida Keys are home to a protected 2,800 square mile national marine sanctuary, an abundance of wrecks, and over 6,000 different species. But whether you're a diver or a snorkeler, there's always room for one more.
Hey, honey. I'm on LeisurePro.com shopping for a new dive computer. I'm actually blogging with another diver that has the same one. Let me call you right back.
Have a question about a product? At LeisurePro.com, you can ask questions with other Leisure Pro customers about the products you want before you buy.
Sure.
Whoa! This edition of ScubaNation is brought to you by Reef Safe, biodegrades in oceans, non-toxic to sea life. Scuba Works, quality runs deep. And Spare Air, there when you need it.
ScubaNation. I'm here with Bobby Stokey at Sundowner's Restaurant for one of his great recipes. What are we doing today?
Well, hey, today I've got some yellowtail snapper, some fresh yellowtail snapper.
Oh, I love it. One of my favorites.
You see them out there on the reef all the time. Yep. So what I've done is I've taken them, I've scored them, I've gone ahead and gutted them, okay, and I also descaled them.
Right.
Super easy recipe, guys. All we're gonna do is take a little bit of blackening spice, a little bit of salt, all right, pepper. We're gonna put that on both sides of the fish, all right. Just like that.
Oh, it's so yummy.
So good. What I like about it is that it's definitely the local fish. This is one fish where you can pretty much always guarantee
we see when we're diving
that it's caught locally, right? And then all this is just a little bit of flour, and that's it. You're ready to go. Okay. From here, I got a little baby one of those tabletop fryers. Just gonna go ahead and stick the yellowtail in there, just like that. Right. The curve makes them look really good.
Nice.
Right? And then we're gonna drop them in there.
There he goes.
Wow.
He's in his oil bath.
Right. Kind of cool thing is when that is done, he looks just like this guy right here. Nice. Check it out. Right.
Look at that.
Fresh
Look
fried
at that. He's got that curve, like you said.
Right there with the curve, right? This is Thai yellowtail we're making today, so I got a little Thai sweet chili sauce. We made this earlier. Okay. Put that on there. Okay, a little bit spicy, a little bit sweet. All right, some fresh cilantro. We'll throw that on there. Stick that in there. I got some decorative little carrots here.
That is beautiful.
Okay.
That is
some
beautiful.
Cucumber. All right. Some more carrot slices. You got a fork.
So what's the name of this dish?
Check that baby out. Thai sweet yellowtail.
Thai sweet yellowtail. All right. So you're looking good. Go to the website, ScubaNation.com. Look for the In the Kitchen with Bobby Stokey for the recipe today.
Right.
So I spit.
There you go, hopefully.
Welcome back, Scuba Nation. You know what happened in July 20th, 1985? Mel Fisher found their mother lode on the Atocha right here in Key West. So I want to welcome you, Scuba Nation, to Mel Fisher Days. Scuba Nation, Mel Fisher Days. Today's the day, baby. Today's the day.
Mel Fisher Days, wow. What a Mel Fisher Days event we had this year. This was the biggest one we've had since the beginning. We started Mel Fisher Days in 1998, and at that time it was pretty small. We did a little parade down Duval Street, ended up Rick's and had what we call the hard time parties at Rick's. We ate hot dogs and drank cheap beer. It was great. It was cool. But over the years, this thing has grown and grown and grown. Mel Fisher Days is all about remembering and celebrating the finding of the mother lode of the Atocha in 1985. It was July 20th, 1985. So this is why we celebrate Mel Fisher Days in July every year. So it's to celebrate that, but also in a way to sort of give back to our community in Key West.
Fan of the show, baby.
One nation underwater. Here at Mel Fisher Days.
Gang sign.
So Mel Fisher Days is all about celebrating the find of the mother lode and giving back to the community of Key West in thanks for their support while we looked for the Atocha for so many years. Key West has always embraced Mel and supported him in that venture, and sure enough, he found it 16 years later. So we celebrate it every year in July, and we raise money for a local charity in Key West. The last 2 years is for a company called Wesley House, where they raise funds for children in need and broken families. So we're really proud to be doing that every year.
Mission Han Solo.
All right, I can do that. All right, $10.
What do I get for $10?
Oh, well, I can't say that on camera.
Very cool. We're going to do it again next year, July 2015. So there's two ways you can actually come out here and work the Atocha site. One is that you participate in a program called Atocha Dive Adventure. That's a one-week program. You come down, we put you up in this beautiful house in Key West for a week. We kind of take you out on a little shakedown dive, show you how we do things out here, and then you spend the rest of the week out here diving on the Atocha site. The kicker is you get to keep what you find up to $3,000. So that's like a one-week little treasure hunt, a little excursion. The other way is you actually become an investor, or what we like to call a member. You're part of the family. We only sell 35 shares a year, but as an investor or a member in the company, you can come dive anytime you want, as many times as you want, and you're actually an owner in the company, so you're going to get a percentage of everything that's found within that one-year program. It never gets old watching people find treasure. There's no feeling like it in the world. You know, that's why I've been doing it for 22 years. I'll never forget the first time I found a piece. It's why I'm still as excited about it now, you know, than I was 22 years ago. I come out here every day, and every day is exciting to find treasure. I was just back on the Emerald Tray there for a second. It was like, wow, this is like old home week, man. You're hanging out with Andy finding emeralds. That was the first thing I did back in 1992. So we just saw a couple of investors find emeralds just now, and it was so cool to watch their expression as they found an emerald for the first time in their lives. I gotta tell you, every day is just like being out here diving for treasure. Every day is a new day. It's always exciting. It's such a great company to be a part of, and the Fisher family, there couldn't be a better group of people to work for. It's my family. I'm a lifer.
I think everybody, diver or not diver, has dreamed about finding buried treasure at some point in their life, and they get a chance to live that dream. And that's what it's all about. Fun, romance, and adventure.
He's so pretty, that guy. He's so pretty. He's so pretty, that guy. Are you a treasure hunt fool?
I'm a treasure hunt fool. A peep green Manalisi with a two-pronged crown.
So it's not supposed to be that big. It's the details. Incredible.
Yours is bigger than mine.
Are we having coin envy right now?
I need the makeup.
Makeup. Hair. How's my hair look? How's my hair look? It's dope.
This may just be the most curious place on Earth. Discover Curacao, an island in the Southern Caribbean that offers explorers a Dutch Caribbean history, captivating cultures, uncrowded beaches, spectacular diving, and so much more. This is Curacao.
Somebody's got a birthday coming up. What would you like, honey? A new tie?
I was thinking a little bit more like cool dive clothes.
Basketball ticket?
How about a cool hat?
A new car?
Now this is it.
That is nice. That's ScubaNation apparel.
By Uzi.
Available at ScubaNation.com.